Hello and good morning, everyone. It is Miss McBride again. So today we are going to work on the skill rereading. I know what you're thinking. If I read something, why would I reread it? I've already read it. Well, this is actually a really helpful skill because when you read something the first time, especially since if you're reading it really quickly or you're kind of distracted, you don't remember everything. Your brain does not pick up on every little detail of what you just read. Now, if you go back and you reread something, you pick up on details that you didn't notice the first time. Have you ever watched a movie and you're watching it and you enjoy the movie and you know the overall plot line, but then you go back and you rewatch it? Do you ever notice things you didn't notice the first time? I know I have. There have been many times where I'm like, oh, I didn't notice that before, or oh, I get why they did that. It's because of this. When you go back and you look at something again, you pick up on more details. So that is why rereading is such a strong comprehension skill. So we're going to practice that today, and we're going to be using our rereading and finding text evidence to help us answer questions about the story we're reading into them. Or the monster in the mountain, sorry. So first they did an example for us. Now, if I read the story, which I did, and someone just asked me, okay, well, why would volcanologists study a volcano even when it isn't erupting? I kind of know the answer, but I'm not exactly sure. I couldn't give a very detailed response to that. So what I can do is reread, and with that question in mind, reread so I pick up on a more specific answer that will help me answer that. So their example was that you may not be sure why a volcanologist would be studying a volcano even if it isn't erupting. But they went back and reread page 66, right here where they're talking about that. So after they read it, they said, I read the scientists gather historical and geographical documentation about the volcano's past. From this, I can tell that learning about past eruptions helps predict when it may erupt again. Now, I did not remember that off the top of my head from reading it the first time. I don't know about you guys, but that wasn't in here. I had to go back and reread to find that answer. So that is exactly what we did. So they have... This is obviously from the text, this answer. She found this in the text using text evidence, but we also reread it to find that answer. So if I were to ask you a question, which I will on the next slide, like, how does information about the past eruptions affect people living near Vesuvius today? You may not remember exactly how to respond to that, but I bet if you go to page 67 on looking ahead, like right over here, maybe. You go right over here and reread this section, I bet you could find that answer in there. And then you could type it here in that text box. That is all you're going to be doing for today. I hope you have a fantastic day. Keep being awesome. Bye.